Welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll be discuss introduction to stone sculpture, history and enduring art. The fascinating and transcendental world of stone sculpture. It is not only an art form, but also a discipline that has proven to stand the test of time, both in its physical manifestation and its cultural relevance. For those who may be less familiar, stone carving is the process of forming a three-dimensional figure from a block of stone. But it is not as simple as it sounds. There is simply the act of wearing out the stone, but an intricate dance of precision and delicate, where every blow of the chisel has a purpose, a vision. Look around you. Civilizations around the world have employed stone carving to create some of the most enduring and culturally significant structures. The ancient Egyptians sculpted obelisks and statues of gods and pharaohs, while civilizations Mesoamericanas created intricate sculptures and reliefs in temples and pyramids. The Parthenon in Athens, Michelangelo's David, even Mount Rushmore in the United States, all speak the universal language of stone sculpture. The beauty of stone sculpture lies not only in its stability and permanence, but also in its potential for authentic representation. With a block of stone, artists have the ability to bring characters and scenes to life, capturing the essence of a moment or emotion for posterity. Despite its hardness and solidity, stone can be manipulated to express the fragility of a flower petal, the brute strength of a moving animal, or the face of a fallen leader. And no, stone sculpture is not a relic of the past. Although our tools and techniques have evolved, the art of stone carving remains as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. Today, artists continue to use this art form to explore and comment on our contemporary society, bringing tradition into the future. So when we think of stone sculpture, we must remember that it is not simply an art form, it is a form of expression that has shaped human history and is still relevant today. Stone sculpture is, in essence, an ongoing conversation across time and space, an enduring testament to our ability to create beauty and meaning from the raw material of the natural world. History of stone sculpture and how it has influenced modern art. Taking a journey through the history of stone sculpture is like opening a book that tells the story of mankind. Its pages are filled with chapters spanning from the dawn of civilization to our modern era, each with its own flavor and its own particular way of interpreting the world. We begin with a short journey back in time, back to prehistoric times, when humankind was beginning to express itself through artistic forms. Imagine our ancestors carving the famous Venus of Willendorf more than 25,000 years ago. This small female figure, though crude by today's standards, is one of the earliest evidence of human ability to capture the essence of life in stone. We move forward in time to ancient Greece and Rome, when stone sculpture became much more than a form of expression. It became a pillar of society, used to immortalize heroes, gods and political leaders. Here, stone became a medium through which artists not only portrayed physical beauty, but also the virtues and ideals of their time. Think of the Parthenon, whose marble sculptures still speak to us today of the grandeur and ideals of ancient Athens. And then we find ourselves in the Renaissance era, with artists like Michelangelo taking stone sculpture to new heights. Imagine the delicacy with which he worked the marble to bring his David to life, the palpable tension in his muscles, the glint of determination in his eyes, all captured in stone. Although times have changed and tools have modernized, today's artists continue to find inspiration in the traditional techniques of stone carving. In fact, many have found innovative ways to fuse traditional techniques with modern technologies to create works that are both surprising and evocative. And despite all these changes, stone sculpture continues to have a profound impact on modern art. Its influence can be seen not only in the prevalence of stone sculptures in museums and art galleries, but also in the way the aesthetics and techniques of stone sculpture have influenced other art forms, from painting and photography to digital art. When we look at a stone sculpture, whether it is an ancient statue of a Greek god or a modern abstract work, we are not simply admiring a work of art. We are looking at a fragment of human history, a tangible expression of our collective journey through the centuries. In every chisel stroke, in every meticulously carved detail, we can see a reflection of who we are and how we have evolved as a society. Case study: modern artists and how they are reinventing stone sculpture. Today, there is a new generation of artists who are reinventing stone sculpture, using tradition as a starting point to explore new territories. Today I want to introduce you to one of them, Emily Young, who is considered by many to be the best stone sculptor in the world. https www.emilyyoung.com. Contact Emily Young, granddaughter of the famous sculptor Kathleen Scott and Captain Robert Falcon Scott, or who led the ill-fated expedition to the South Pole, has sculpture in her DNA. But it's not just genetics that makes her special, it's also her fresh and contemporary approach to this ancient art. Young trained at St. Martin's School of Art and the Central School of Art in London. Although she initially began working with wood, she was soon drawn to stone. What she found in this material was the possibility to explore the duality between durability and the transience of nature. Thus, her works capture the essence of rocks, depicting not only their physical forms but also the energy and history they harbor. Using traditional carving techniques, Young works with the stone, rather than against it, allowing the material to reveal its own character. The result is sculptures that seem to exist in an in-between space between the human and the natural, the modern and the ancient. But it is not only artists like Emily Young who are reinventing stone sculpture, technology is also playing a significant role in this renewal. Computer numerical control machines, 3D printers and computer-aided design software are changing the way stone is carved. These new technologies allow artists to work with a precision never seen before, creating shapes that would be almost impossible to achieve by hand. They also open the door to greater experimentation, as artists can test ideas in software before turning them to stone. Despite these advances, what remains constant in stone sculpture is the dialogue between artist and material. Whether working with a chisel and hammer or a computer numerical control machine, the essence of stone sculpture remains the same: the transformation of a raw, rough material into a work of art that speaks not only of the artist, but also of the stone itself. Use of virtual reality technology in the conceptualization of sculptures. VR, until recently relegated to the world of video games and entertainment, has found a surprising application in the world of stone sculpture. By allowing artists to create and manipulate 3D models of their sculptures before touching the stone, it is revolutionizing the way artworks are conceived and realized in this ancient medium. How does it work? First, sculptors create a 3D model of their work in a computer-aided design program. Then, using a VR viewer, they can view and manipulate this model in three-dimensional space. This allows them to explore the sculpture from all angles, make adjustments to the design and rehearse the carving process. They can even program the simulation to mimic the specific characteristics of the stone they plan to work with. In addition to giving artists a new way to plan and practice their work, VR also presents a new way to teach and learn sculpture. Instructors, for their part, can monitor and guide students' work in real time, facilitating more effective and efficient learning. One example of how VR is changing sculpture is the work of artist John Isherwood, who has been experimenting with VR and computer-aided manufacturing in his work. Isherwood uses VR to design and refine his sculptures, which he then carves with the help of a computer numerical control milling machine. https://www.johnisherwood.com Broadway Blooms. Virtual reality, therefore, is not only revolutionizing the way artists create stone sculpture, but also how this ancient art is taught and learned. But even with these innovations, stone sculpture remains a collaborative process between artist and material, a dialogue that dates back to our earliest ancestors. Conclusion: now that we have explored the vast universe of stone sculpture and glimpsed how technology is reshaping its future, it is time for action. Do you dare to reinvent a classic piece using virtual reality? Now, if you are a professional sculptor, think of the possibilities. How could you use VR to enhance your current sculpting practice? What if you could try out different techniques or styles in a VR simulation before carving the real stone? This article not only aims to inspire you to explore the art of stone carving, but also to provide you with tools and techniques that you can put into practice immediately. As we have seen, stone carving is not only an ancient artistic medium, it is an ever-evolving form of human expression that is still relevant in our modern age. In our online shop, we offer a wide range of stone carving tools, from the most traditional to the most innovative, to help you turn your ideas into reality. In addition, we have a library of resources including tutorials, material recommendations and expert advice to help you take your sculpting skills to the next level. Whether you're an enthusiastic beginner or an experienced sculptor looking for new techniques and technologies, there's always something new to learn and discover in the exciting world of stone sculpting. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more useful creative stone art tips. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.